Hey guys, quick update video. I don't have any project work to actually do today, but I haven't produced any content for a few weeks, so just letting you know that I am still alive anyway, and then sort of winter project planning. So E30 M3, I do still have to take off the valve cover again and figure out what's going on. Even though it has a brand new valve cover gasket set, I am still getting some dribbling. I don't know, man. We'll figure it out, but right now, that car, I'm not really driving it when it's nice out just because it reeks of oil. I still have all the transmission stuff ready to go to get installed in Blubzki, but I am waiting on helping a friend with an oil change before I clean up this bay and get going on this project. And again, the car currently runs and drives technically, so I have kind of a mental block about taking it down. At some point, I still need to install this used headlight in the Model S. I popped a bulb in it just to get me through the winter, but it's still kind of foggy. The old S54 from the blue car, I don't really have any plans with that thing just yet. These engines are getting so expensive, I'm a little bit worried. So I'm probably going to end up fogging the cylinders with oil and shrink wrapping it, just keeping it on hand. I do still want to look at the rod bearings and a few other things on it just to make sure that it's in good shape, but I will probably end up doing rod bearings on that just preventatively. It sounds like the K-swap parts are coming soon. I don't know. I don't even know what to believe anymore. I've been this close to just buying all new shit that I already bought and just doing it myself, but don't have the motivation to handle that yet. Moving on to the N52 from Kurt. I actually just got back from a vacation. And shout out, even though obviously I paid for these, but shout out to Neil at Quarry Motor Spares in Naples, Florida. He was parting out a N52 Z4, and I need the engine mount arms for that, so I have those right here. Took them back home in my carry-on. Didn't even get flagged by the TSA, amazingly, but that's still on my radar. At some point, I do want to get rid of this subframe just because it's taking up extra space, but right now, whatever. O2, we kind of briefly talked on that already with the K-Series. Z8's ready to go once I put the collector reg plate on here. Phantom still needs that transmission valve body rebuild. That's going to have to be in the spring. This car doesn't fit on my lift with the door shut, and it's pretty chilly outside. Other than that, just washing it, that thing's fine. Mercy, oil change, and we'll see if I have the motivation to take it in to get the airbag light reset next year, but car's good, really doesn't need anything. What else? 355 is in good shape. That needs an oil change as well. It's got 3,100 miles on it since the engine out. So it's just probably time. I haven't ever done an oil analysis on that car either. So it'll be curious just to make sure we get a decent bill of health out of that. But yeah, Brexit with the N52. We'll see. I don't know. I'm waiting on parts. Really, the Mercedes is the thing I should probably work on first, because I have everything except a drive shaft, I think. And that's going to be custom either way. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've got a ton of parts from when I did the V8 swap originally, so I may even be able to use some of those old drive shaft bits. The Evader, I haven't found a set of lithium iron phosphate batteries this size. It does work, other than, not having batteries in it. So if I get really desperate, I'll get some lead acid batteries just to ride it again. But that's kind of where that thing sits. Yeah, other than that, just making a huge mess. I did get a proper battery for the 850. I will pop that in at some point. Trans service parts for the Phantom sitting right here. Not the screws, obviously. But like I said, I got all new OEM solenoids. Full OEM, that's actually this seal. I'm pretty sure that's leaking in the trans internally, but I've got everything, will do everything. I've got the fluid sitting over there by the old 15s. And yeah, man, I don't know. We're in pretty good shape to start on projects, but I really just don't have any motivation right now. It's kind of cold. I do still have to install the dynamic headlight module that I took off of this thing, wherever I put it, into Mr. Wags as well, because I got headlight warnings there. Actually, let's go down to the other garage. this car, man. So I got John's M3 down here too. 1M is great. Probably could use some new tires pretty soon. 850 I think is all good. I do have a set of rear M parallels to put on the front. Now that I've done the wheel bearing, that should take. M5 I think is good to go. Mr. Wags definitely needs something. Oh yeah, right, that headlight module, but I think that's it. SL still needs the heater control panel figured out. I was told by a friend of mine that I really ought to try to get one from an SL. It's the same part number as a W202 C-Class, but apparently it isn't compatible according to him, so we will see. Excuse me, if I'm able to actually find one from a parted out SL, preferably one that wasn't a flood car, which seems to be how most of those end up dying these days. Yeah, everything in here runs and drives okay, I think. Brexit being the only real exception just because I hate it, because it's scary. But I don't know, everything is, I mean, by and large, in pretty good shape. As far as a fleet like this is concerned, run by one idiot like myself. Make sure this is actually charging. It is not. Oh, I think my pigtail's bad. Interesting. I just moved it and it's fine. Got to keep an eye on that because these little deck of batteries are expensive. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sure I'll be doing some wrenching over the winter yet, but not this week. So enjoy your first day of 2023. Make sure those resolutions are plausible. And I will follow up with you guys when I have something interesting to watch.